Hello friends, this is Kunal Pant from MISHAL Today, and the latest going round as of today in this ongoing Russia-Ukraine war or the Russia-Ukraine conflict has been that Ukrainian forces will need training on some military equipment. Pentagon says some of the new military equipments the United States said on Wednesday it was sending to Ukraine will require training for Ukrainian forces. Pentagon spokesman John Kirby told reporters. Russia imposing sanctions on US and Canadian politicians. Interfax says Russia is imposing tit-for-tat sanctions on 398 members of the House of Representatives and 87 Canadian senators and will move against other people. Interfax news agencies cited the foreign ministry as saying on Wednesday. Canada's Trudeau refers to genocide in Ukraine. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau said Wednesday it was right to describe Russia's attack in Ukraine as genocide, repeating US President Joe Biden's accusations. US distinguishes between India, China over respective stand on Russia amid Ukraine crisis. Indian Foreign Minister Jaishankar has told. Report of Germany snubbing India as G7 guest over is Russia is wrong. 4 civilians killed by Russian strikes in Ukraine's Kharkiv, the governor says. Unfortunately, 4 civilians were killed and 10 wounded in the shelling during the day, Governor Oleg Syniehubov said on social media. This is not a war, this is a terrorism. Polish leader Duda says in Kyiv. Also doing the round has been White House says genocide determination will require a legal process. Britain and European Union announced coordinated sanctions against the pro-Moscow separatists in Ukraine as well as more Russian oligarchs and their relatives. Ukraine's delegation of oligarchs close to Putin angers Moscow. Ukraine's detention of fugitive Ukrainian oligarch Viktor Medvedchuk, the former leader of a pro-Russian opposition party and a close associate of Russian President Vladimir Putin, has been met with enthusiasm in Kyiv and irritation in Moscow. White House says US has additional sanctions it can impose on Russia. The United States has a wide variety of additional sanctions that can impose on Russia over its invasion of Ukraine. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki told reporters on Wednesday. Last resident of East Ukraine, ghost city, brave Russian bombs. The most easterly city still held by the Ukrainian forces and has become a deserted shell of its former self as Russia's invading troops have made it as a key target. Zelensky thankful of $800 million in military aid. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said he has been sincerely thankful to the US for the new round of $800 million in military assistance. Russia says ammunition blast badly damages major ship in Black Sea Fleet. The flagship of Russia's Black Sea Fleet, the Moskva missile cruiser, was damaged badly when ammunition on board blew up. Interfax news agency quoted the Defense Ministry as saying on Thursday. And also, US considering sending high-level officials to meet Zelensky in Kyiv, that has been reported. Presidents from countries on Russia doorstep visit Ukraine. The presidents of 4 countries on Russia's doorstep have underscored their support for Ukraine in a visit to the embattled country. Ukrainian forces damaged a Russian warship in Black Sea with missile strikes Wednesday. The governor of Odisha said Neptune missiles guarding the Black Sea caused very serious damage to the Russian ship. Glory to Ukraine, Governor Maxim Marinchko wrote on Telegram. Also doing the round has been that UN says Ukraine war threatens to devastate many poor nations. Russia war on Ukraine threatens to devastate the economies of many developing countries that are now facing even higher food and energy costs and the increasingly difficult financial conditions. The UN task force warned on Wednesday. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres released a report that saying that the war is superchanging a crisis in food, energy, and finance in poorer countries that were already struggling to deal with the COVID-19 pandemic, climate changes, and a lack of access to adequate funding of the economic recovery. Biden, speaking from his heart, doesn't speak for US. There's so much thing as a purely personal opinion from Oval Office on policies that matter. Armchair quarterback when your president is fraught, when you are the one with the ball. Armies can move your words, market can convulse, diplomacy can unravel. That has not stopped President Joe Biden from viscerally weighing in on the Ukraine war. Also doing the round has been this Ukraine Armed Forces commands on Wednesday said that Russian forces are ready to attack Ukraine, Donetsk and Kherson regions. For more updates, stay tuned to MISHAL Today, Lucknow. And your friend Kunal Pant from MISHAL Today, Lucknow.